All right, guys, we're live. Welcome to your week 2 accountability call. Looks like we have Jeannie, Joyce, and Victoria on call this evening. Thank you guys for making it. I have my dogs in the background. I apologize for all the squeaky noises right now going on. We're going to go ahead and just open up the call with any questions or concerns, anything that maybe you guys had during this last week. We're going to go ahead and start with you, Joyce, okay, since you're first on call.
You're muted, Joyce. Unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry. It's the first time doing this. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Let's see, concerns. Well, I gained weight, so it's kind of discouraging, and I know that I'm reading everyone else post about, it's normal and it's natural and stuff, and I keep on telling myself that, but it's kind of hard, to be honest with you. That, and I've been having, like, major, sorry if it's TMI, like, digestive issues. Like, it's just not happening. I've done everything and anything in the book, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do anymore. So those are my two main concerns.
Joyce, you are doing a full scoop of the Shakeology. Are you drinking Shakeology?
No, I talked to Tanya about that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it.
Okay, so a couple of different things, okay? First of all, are you making sure you're drinking the correct allotment of water that you are supposed to be drinking?
Yes, I drink over a gallon a day.
Okay, do you know how to figure out how much water you're supposed to be drinking?
I know that you're supposed to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces, if I remember correctly.
And what's your body weight?
Right now I am at 112.
Okay. And so right now you're drinking 56 ounces of water?
More than that. Whatever a gallon is.
Okay, and you're also, if I remember correctly, are you nursing?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so a couple of different things, and nothing is ever really TMI here. We're all adults, so we all understand that the body has changes. One of the things that I would suggest is, I know you're drinking over a gallon of water, but with your exercise, with the nursing, and with your body changes in the summertime and the heat, you may not be drinking enough water. That's
Okay.
one of the things, okay? Second, I don't know how much you're nursing, so I don't know if your hormones have come back down and if you're actually having a cycle yet. But if you are nursing less, and I think Tanya found this out, that the less she nursed and her body was starting to go back to normal, you're going to start to have a little bit of bloatedness, a little bit of water retention. You're going to have those things happen to you, okay? I would just say, and I know as a nursing mom, because I did it 4 times, that every child is different and every woman is different, and water can make a huge difference. So I know you hear drink lots of water, drink lots of water. If you're drinking lots of water, drink more water.
Okay.
Okay? I know it kind of seems discouraging. The other thing is one of your containers is an orange that you are required. Everyone is required to have one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Flaxseed, ground flaxseed. That's one of the things that will actually help aid in some of your digestion, all depending on what kind of issues you're having. So as long as you are drinking enough water, if you're not feeling like your regular, flaxseed is very good to add to your diet, and it also counts as your orange. So I have a habit of putting it automatically in my Shakeology.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that. I actually do use ground flaxseed as my orange all the time.
Okay. So I would say if you're doing that already and you might still be having some issues, maybe just, I know gallon is a lot, but just keep bumping up your water, because it's just really hard to say how much of your intake is actually going to you and not to baby or to producing
Mhm.
milk.
Okay.
Okay. So
Are
try
you,
not to be discouraged.
Joyce, are you drinking a shake, a protein shake?
Yes, I am. I am drinking a protein shake a day though.
What protein shake are you drinking?
Uh, raw meal, raw protein.
What are you using it with water? Are you using it with something else?
Just water. I mean, sometimes I'll do it with the almond milk if I'm using that as my yellow container, but on the most part, it's water.
So when you say digestive issues, is it not going or going too much?
I can't go. Like I'm
Constipated?
stocked up. Yeah.
So that it might be with your protein intake, you know, with your shake. It's hard to say because you're not drinking the Shakeology.
Mhm.
It's hard for us to narrow it down. If you're already doing the flaxseed, you're already drinking, you know, water. The only thing really you can do is adjust what fibers you're taking in, how much protein you're taking, because you're already at a low. Aren't you at the lowest calorie, at the lowest tally? It's hard to say. You know, if you were on the Shakeology, we could tell you, you know, cut it in half, or you know, add this or add that. But with your protein, it's a different concept. You're taking a full protein, you know.
Okay.
So the best thing we can tell you is to increase your water. That's what's going to help you.
Okay.
And, yeah. Other than that, if it was the opposite effect, we know fibers needs to bind and all that. But you got blockage, and I'm sure you don't feel good about it. And that's part of your gain right there, is that you're not releasing any of this stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
So don't get discouraged. You're just going to have to kind of tweak your diet a little.
Okay.
Well, not your diet. You're going to have to tweak your meals a little and see. How long has this been? Since the whole week? Since you started? You're having issues?
Oh, this is just an ongoing problem for me. It's just kind of like accelerated ever since I started the fix.
Okay. In your diet, how much, in your diet, I keep saying diet because I'm used to saying diet. In your meal plan, how did you change it since the fix? Like before what you normally ate, your normal meals and all that.
I was more, I ate a lot of fruit. I had like a lot of like sugary, I want to say sugars from fruit. Like I can just munch off of fruit the whole day. Fruit. That's all I ever ate was fruit and then salads, and that's it.
So what's happening here is that your protein increase has dramatically changed for you while doing the fix, right? And obviously your purples have decreased completely.
I was dying
right?
the first couple of days.
I think you have like, how many do you have? Two? You have two or three purples?
I only get two. I was dying.
Yeah. So it's your protein intake that's adjusting your digestive tract there. You know? So you're going to have to try and kind of change it. I'm not a nutritionist, so I can't tell you this, you know? So you're just going to have to try to figure out what it is that's going to help you release. I mean, I know it's an uncomfortable feeling. So if you have, what do you normally do to make sure do you take a laxative? Do you just eat up on fruit?
Oh, I do everything. I take teas, I take a laxative, I do suppositories, I do like the pills, everything.
Maybe get yourself unblocked, you know? Get yourself unblocked so you can feel, because you're not gonna feel good. I'm sure you don't feel comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe not run the whole gamut, but maybe try one thing that you know is going to work for you, and help yourself and see how you can get back on track with that. Okay, Joyce?
Okay.
So, but other than that feeling and that number, are you okay? Are you feeling stronger? Are you feeling more lethargic? Are you?
The first couple of days, I think it was because of my dramatic decrease in sugars from the fruit. I was really having a hard time, but my body is getting used to it now. But that's the one thing that really increased was my water intake. It's just that I'm always thirsty. I always feel like I'm dehydrated, and I think I'm still adjusting to that.
Okay. Yeah. So increase your water intake. Even though you're drinking a gallon, just keep drinking as much water as you can. And I would suggest that you try to do something that's going to help you unblock, you know, get the blockage out so you'll feel better.
Okay.
Alrighties. All right. Victoria, how you doing?
Yes.
You good? You have any
I'm good.
questions? Any questions?
Not really. Initially, when I started, I was super hungry all of the time, but it's gotten better. I'm trying to eat more of the carbs and protein in the morning, and I kind of save the shake for the very end of the day. So I've gotten used to it, or I can withstand the hunger enough now at work until I get to I'll eat, snacks and lunch and everything, but that was my main issue at first because I was used to eating until I was full. And I told Rhiannon that now when I eat, I feel like I'm hungrier right after I'm done eating. And I have to wait a little while for the fullness to kind of set in. So, but I've gotten used to it, I think. And I'm not as tired.
Do you drink a glass of water before your meals, before your snacks?
Not necessarily a glass. I have a 32-ounce container that I kind of sip on all day at work. So it's yes and no.
Why don't you try drinking like 12 ounces of water before your meals,
Okay.
and then eat your meals. I know I know you're using the measurement and drinking your water for the day, but before each meal, try to drink 12 ounces. And then eat your meal. That's going to help you feel full. And then sometimes when you think you're hungry, really you're just dehydrated, But if you're taking in your water, you're not really dehydrated. But with the Arizona heat and work and all that, I know at the beginning you had issues. Your boss was looking at you crazy because you're going to the bathroom all these times. And that's how it is. When you drink as much water as you're supposed to, you go every half hour. I'm sure you go every half hour. I'm the same way. I have the luxury of my boss not really getting on me, but I remember you stating that. So try that this week and see if that's going to work. Your meals, how you spread out and how you have your carbs and your higher in the day, earlier in the party day, that's good because then at the end of the day you're not sitting on that and your stomach's not trying to digest all your carbs at the end, okay? So good job there. Good job, Rhiannon. And you said you do feel energy. How are you feeling? Are any of your clothes fitting better? Or you just feel like you have a little bit more energy? You're not as tired early in your day?
My clothes still fit the same. But, yeah, energy-wise, I'm not falling asleep at work anymore. I was used to drinking, like, Monster energy drinks when I would get really tired. And those are bad. But, and in terms of, like, exercises, that first few days almost killed me. I couldn't move. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't, and I'm not as sore now. I can go a little bit longer. I can touch my toes now if I stretch, and so little improvements.
Awesome, good job. I don't know if you guys saw it, but did you see Joe Jefferson's post where she worked out and it hurt to fart? That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I'm the same way. I'm still doing things, and they're still hard. Rhiannon was like
modified.
yeah, and I'm still doing a lot of the modifieds. Henry, did you see Henry's burpee challenge? He's challenging people to do their burpees. Like, my gosh, he's doing push-ups. He's making it look pretty easy. I was like, all right, I'll get mine in, but I don't know if I can do 10. So we'll see. Yeah, so I'm still there. It's still sore and everything's still modifying, still doing things. Just do your best, and you're doing good. Rhiannon was saying, oh, do you find yourself, more flexible now? And I go, no, I'm not more flexible. I don't think she goes, you've been doing it for so long. I go, I'm old. We don't flex. We break. At my age, we don't flex. We break. So just keep at it. You're doing good, all right?
Okay.
All right. Is it Jeannie? Jeannie? Jenny? Jeannie? Gina? Gigi?
No, it's Jenny. It's like the drink, gin.
Jenny? I see G on my screen, and you guys don't put your name. That's why it's hard for me to remember. You and Joyce are trying to challenge my memory. So, late starter, how you doing?
Change that, so.
How are you doing?
Yeah,
you
thanks
came
for
in
not
late.
kicking me out.
And you're doing awesome. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I was feeling awesome till Saturday, and then I posted. Friday night I went out and kind of blew it. But thanks to everyone's support, I'm back on track. So feeling good about that. I lost 2.5 pounds already, so that's kind of cool. I have a question. I have a couple questions though, and I'm sorry if you guys already answered this since I'm like late to the party. But I'm not getting all my orange containers in all the time because I don't really like seeds, and I don't usually eat dressing with my salads. So, do I have to get those 2 in every day?
First, let's tilt your camera down so we can see your face, because all we see is your forehead, and we want to see you.
Okay.
So there you go. Awesome. Perfect. Second of all, how many oranges do you get? How many orange containers in a tally do you get?
I get 2.
You get 2?
Yeah, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Joyce, how many orange containers do you get?
One.
All right. Victoria, how many orange containers do you get?
Just
Rhiannon,
one.
how many orange containers you get? Hold it. 1. All right. Everybody gets 1 orange container. So it's either your dressing.
Okay, my bad.
It's either your dressing or your seeds. Since you do not like dressing with your salads, your option is to take in the seeds. If you don't like eating sunflower seeds or any seeds like that, you can do what Rhiannon suggests and get it flaxseed and put it in your shake your shake drink. You can do that. But as far as all your containers, whether it's green, red, yellow, purple, orange, or blue, you guys need to eat all your allotted containers. Okay? Don't skip on any of them. The program will even tell you that you want to consume your purple and your yellows by 4 p.m. is what the book says. Actually, you want to consume those 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep, regardless of what time you go to sleep. 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. If that is not possible, we still want you to eat those orange and purple, yellow and purple containers, okay? So even if you have to squeeze it in your last day, don't skip on that. But don't make it a habit of having a purple and a yellow container at the end of your day. You know, try to get them early on in the day, how Victoria said she was trying to do, okay?
How about peanuts, Jeannie?
Oh, I don't really like peanuts either. I just like peanut butter. I don't know. Peanuts are really dry. They make my throat like itch.
Are you drinking Shakeology?
Yes, I am.
Because I wasn't getting the orange in either. That's what I was telling Joyce.
Okay.
I had trouble getting my orange in, and I was also having some digestion issues. I'm not nursing, but I think it's because just my diet had changed. So since I was missing my orange, I put an orange container of flaxseed, ground flaxseed, in my Shakeology. So I kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone, and I blend mine with ice, so I can't really feel the texture of the flaxseed.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend doing that. And I know it doesn't seem like much, guys, and you think, well, it's 1 container and it's the fats, but you know what? It makes a huge difference. There's a science behind this. They've created the program to work with the allotment of containers per whatever bracket that you're in. So they have the right amount of fats, right amount of fibers, sugars. When you eat all these things together, they've made it to where you should be burning fat, building muscle, and have enough calories to maintain your day with energy. So sometimes not having those little fats really do make a difference, and we don't want your body to be fooled into thinking it's not getting enough and for it to hold anything. We don't want you to have that issue. So I know it's going to be hard, but even if it's not something that you're used to, try and do your best to get it in. So maybe try ground flaxseed in your shake and see if it works for you, since you're not really a seed eater or you don't like peanuts.
Okay, that sounds good. I could definitely try that. And then my other question is, I see people posting like that they're putting honey on their peanut butter and toast, but they're not counting it as anything. Like, what does honey count as?
Honey is actually one of the. I'm sorry, Michael. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. I don't use honey. You use honey.
The book is in the coffee section where the coffee and teas are. You'll find the things that you can have that are
Okay.
free. Like, there's some things that are like lemon, you know, certain things you can put in your tea that you can have. That are
Cinnamon, lemon,
cinnamon.
honey.
Yeah. Honey is one of the things that you are limited to have. You don't count it as anything specific. It's kind of
Okay.
like stevia. You can have, I think it's 1 to 2 teaspoons of stevia a day. Well, it's the same thing. Whether it's stevia or honey, it's a sweetener. And I think agave is another one. So you can
Okay.
pick what you want. I, myself, don't have honey every day. I probably have it every other day with my yogurt. And I do about 2 teaspoons.
Okay.
You don't want to overdo it, though, because it is still sugar. The other thing they do recommend is raw honey, because raw honey has more benefits, health benefits, than processed.
Okay, what page is that on? Because I'm looking at my book right now and I don't see it. Is it under beverages or free foods?
It's right after, Michael, do you have your book?
No, but I'm getting it.
I think it's where after the water bar where
It's on the coffee bar. It's on
Okay.
page 15. 1-5.
Okay. Page 15.
It's on list B of page 15 at the top.
Okay, cool. Oh man, I got caught again not reading my whole book cover to cover. Sorry, my bad. Okay, yeah, I see it. Thank you, Michael. All right, and then my last question or concern is I pulled my back a couple of days ago moving boxes in my classroom, so I'm probably not going to be able to do all the workouts this week. Do I need to modify how much I eat because I can't really exercise that much?
No. Your back okay?
No, I just like pulled it moving a box of books, but it should be okay. I just can't really like do a lot of the exercises till it gets better.
So why don't you kind of lay off your workouts until your back is 100%, you know? What you're going to
Okay.
do is on your list, because Joe in the other call did the same thing. She hurt her back. So I turned to this yellow container page, okay? So
Okay.
what I want you to do is for the next couple of days is to not do your workout. Can you walk
Okay.
fine? Maybe go walking.
Yeah. I can walk. I just can't do like the planks or like sit-ups or like weighted stuff.
Yeah, so maybe do what you think you can and instead just march on the exercises you can and then don't use weights, you know? Don't do that.
Okay.
Or if you just really want to rest up your back because we don't want you to hurt your back, on your container list, here on these foods, these are all the yellows you're allowed, right? This whole list, everyone's
Yes.
allowed this list. If you're not going to do your workout, I want you to pick the top third. Is all you eat is the top third. So on a
Okay.
yellow container, you choose from sweet potato, yams, quinoa cooked, beans, lentils, and edamame, and peas. Pick from those. And until you
Okay.
start doing your workouts, those are the only yellows you're going to pick. Stay away from the whole grain pancakes, the whole grain breads, the whole grain tortillas, the whole corn tortillas. Stay away from the bottom. Stick to the top of it all, okay? Same thing on your red.
Okay.
You're going to want to pick the top third of that. So what that's going to do is those are the better choices, and you're still going to get results. Even though you're not doing your workout, those quality foods, you're still going to get your results, okay? And then just make sure you take care of your back. Does that answer that?
Yeah, it's perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. So since you are late to the group and you're still here, why don't you introduce yourself to us? Everyone's going to see the call. It's recorded. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, Why? Oh, she dumped. She's all, I'm out of here. She's all, nope, I'm out of here. We'll see when she comes back. We'll have her introduce herself from everyone. So, other than that, do you guys don't have no questions? You guys are on your final stretch. 7 more days. 7 more days, and you guys have completed your round 1. We're all proud of you. I hope you don't feel like you're the only one having struggles. I know, Victoria, you said you were a little bit hungrier during the day and you're learning to cope with everything. I hope you know that you're doing awesome. We all read your posts and we check on you, and we just want to make sure that you keep at it, and we're proud of you, okay? Joyce, good job. We know you're not drinking Shakeology, but you're in there. You're always smiling with your pics, and sometimes you have your kids. Keep up the good work. Get that situation situated so you can unplug and feel better about yourself, okay? You know, you're doing good. Keep at it. Have Tanya help you out. I think Tanya had the same issue. Welcome back. You disappeared on me. I thought you were.
Sorry, my Google Hangouts crashed. So
yeah. I thought when I was asking you to introduce yourself, you said, "Nope, I'm out of here." So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Why you decided to do the challenge?
Yeah, it was bad timing. Sorry.
Yeah, and just share with us a little bit, you know, why you took the challenge and what you do and how you're feeling. Okay.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Jenny Lynn, and I think I did this on my video, but I'm a teacher, and I decided to do 21-day fix because I just I gained like 10 pounds in the last year because of stuff that was going on at work and in my personal life, and it was really hard taking it off, so I needed something to get me back on track, and a good friend of mine did it, the 21-day fix, and she loved it. Now she's a coach, so she told me about it, and that's why I'm here.
Good job, good job. Who's your coach?
Michelle Sims, but she started doing a PIO group, so she kind of handed me off to Sam.
All right. So, good job, good job. So, welcome, your official welcome. You did do your intro video, we saw it. So, but you didn't do your push-ups. We had a push-up challenge for you, and you didn't do it. So, you said you couldn't even do it. You know, but it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Well, yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
They're terrible, so I don't want anyone seeing them for now. Maybe at the end of this challenge.
There you go. All right. All right, guys. So between you three, thumbs up if you read Chapter 3 of The Compound Effect. Victoria, you did. Joyce, no? Thumbs down, Joyce? All right.
No.
And Jenny, did you get to read it? Thumbs down, thumbs up? Okay, thumbs up. All right. So Joyce, try to get that chapter read or listened to, okay? Rhiannon, go ahead and take care of the call, and then at the end of it, go ahead and touch base on the same points that you wanted to touch base on. Just remember to unplug your headphones, okay? All right, guys, hang tight. We're going to play a video from you from Coach Eleanor. She recorded a video for you guys about Chapter 3, The Compound Effect. All right? Rhiannon, you got to unmute your screen.
That is, the older they are, the bigger they get. The deeper the roots grow, and the harder the habit. A habit is... Welcome, everyone, to Chapter 3, The Habits of the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. What is a habit? A habit is an acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. Sticking up habits have power over your life. That is, the older they are, the bigger they get. The deeper the roots grow, and the harder they are to uproot. Some get so big with roots so deep you might hesitate to even try. So try to create habits that will take you in the direction of becoming more informed, more knowledgeable, more competent, better skilled, and better prepared. Our habits and routines allow us to use minimal conscious energy for everyday tasks. Habits can be helpful as long as they're good habits like eating healthy. We'll be focusing on choosing to make up for what you lack or what we lack in innate ability with discipline, hard work, and good habits. We all know that with enough practice and repetition, any behavior, good or bad, becomes automatic over time. So become a creature of champion habits, like Larry Bird. We all have this need for immediate gratification. It turns us into reactive and non-thinking beings at times. The payoff for instant gratification derived from bad habits often far outweighs what's going on in our rational minds, considering long-term consequences. Instead, we need to wake up and recognize what habits we have that could lead to repeated disaster. It's not about quantum leaps of change or a complete overhaul of your personality, character, and life. It's about making super small, seemingly inconsequential adjustments. The slightest adjustments to our daily routines can and will revolutionize everything, dramatically altering the outcomes in our lives. It's time to ignite your passion and help you aim your unstoppable creative power in the direction of your heart's dreams and desires. So what is your why power? What's going to keep you consistent with the new positive choices you need to make? What's going to stop you from falling back into your mindless bad habits? What's going to be different this time versus the times you've tried and failed before? Forget about willpower. It's time for why power. It's time to stop the insanity. Your choices are only meaningful when you connect them to your desires and dreams. The wisest and most motivating choices are the ones aligned with that which you identify as your purpose, your core self, and your highest values. What motivates you, your passion, is the ignition to your passion, the source of your enthusiasm, and the fuel of your persistence. Or else, when times get tough, you'll give up too quickly and go back to sleepwalking through poor choices. You've got to want something and know why you want it, or you'll end up giving up too easily. All of the hows will be meaningless until your whys are powerful enough. Core values define both who you are and what you stand for. The access point to your why power is through your core values. Getting your core values defined and properly calibrated is one of the most important steps in redirecting your life toward your grandest vision. Is your why power great enough? Let's take scenario A. If I were to put a 10-inch wide, 30-foot long plank on the ground and say, if you walk the length of the plank, I'll give you $20. Would you do it? Of course, it's an easy $20. But if I were to put the same plank between two 100-story buildings in scenario B, would you do the same thing? Probably not. But how about if it was your child on the opposite building and that building was on fire? Would you walk the length of the 30-foot plank to save him or her? Without question and immediately, you'd do it, $20 or not. What stands between you and your goal is your behavior. There's a simple formula for your life. Okay, so you can have choices or decisions that you make. You have your behaviors or actions that you carry out. You have those repeated actions that eventually become your habits. And then all that is compounded over time, leading to your goals. So first, you need to identify your triggers. Figure out the who, the what, the where, and the when underlying each bad behavior, like how peer pressure or social interaction affects your eating choices. You'll need a clean house. Like, if you want to eat more healthfully, you've got to get rid of the junk in your kitchen, such as what we all hopefully did in week 0. Or you can swap it out, or ease in, or jump in. Okay, so for some of your long-standing and deep-rooted habits, it may be more effective to take small steps to ease into unwinding them. So there are many things you can do in regards to eliminating bad habits. So it's up to you to figure out what you need to do. In order to instill good habits, you have to set yourself up for success. As you've noticed, this challenge thrives on your preparation in week 0. You had to clean out your pantry and kitchen. You had to pick out your work area and set up a time when you're going to work out. There are many things you could do in regards to the add-in principle, like Montel Williams, trying to focus on what you can have or add in instead of what you can't. There's no need to worry about the food that you want to eat if there are good things that you should be eating instead. So what about public display of accountability? We tried doing that by having you guys do the photo and recipe contest because of all the pictures you'll be taking and posting on Facebook. What about a success buddy? We have you guys have accountability partners or push partners to help you continue on and have support and encouragement along the way. We also try some friendly competition and camaraderie. Sometimes we have you guys post certain types of pictures, like sweaty pics, or, you know, who has the best recipe, or whatever it is, you know. Some of you guys are very competitive, and it's great to be able to share in that in this group. And don't forget, we like to celebrate our milestones. Every Friday we have our Friday weigh-ins. So don't forget to add to the group by sharing your milestones in that, okay? So that's why people don't transform their bad habits, and why so many people end up unhappy and unhealthy is because they believe that they can't do it unless someone else is there to help them along. Change is hard. Like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge. It's time to take action. Be patient with yourself. We all stumble, but instead, fall forward, brush yourself off, and get back up. You need to identify your 3 best habits, those that support your most important goal. Identify your 3 bad habits that take you off course from your most important goal. And also identify 3 new habits you need to develop to put you on track toward your most important goal. Go ahead and go to thecompoundeffect.com/free and download the Habits, Core Values Assessment, and Goal Sheet documents. Those will help you in creating your best habits and actually find out what your core values are. Science shows that patterns of thoughts and actions repeated many times create what's called a neurosignature or a brain groove, or a series of interconnected neurons that carry the thought patterns of a particular habit. Attention feeds the habit. When we give our attention to a habit, we activate the brain groove, releasing the thoughts, desires, and actions related to that habit. Luckily, our brains are malleable. Now, identifying your core motivation will help you discover what gets you fired up and keeps you fired up to achieve big results. Now let's go ahead and create those good habits.
All right, guys. That's the chapter 3, the compound effect. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Rhiannon touch a little bit more on that chapter, just so that you guys can get a little more than the video, okay? So Rhiannon, go ahead.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, so one of the things that Eleanor touched on was Y power. And Y power, the example that's in the book, if you read it, you might understand more about it, is she gives the example of the plank. And I think as a mother, I related a lot to this example. She gives the example of the plank that's 10 inches by 30 feet long. And if it's on the ground, how easy it is if someone says, I'll give you $20, or even a few inches off of the ground. Excuse me. Few inches off of the ground, how easy it is if someone offers you $20, how easy it is to walk the plank. If they lift the plank off the ground and say if it's 30 feet off the ground and they offer you $20, or even on top of a building, it's not going to be as easy to take that $20 to walk that plank, because there's no value. That $20 isn't enough to give you the value to say, yeah, it's worth it to walk that plank. But then if, on the other hand, your child is in a burning building on the other side of that plank, you don't need the $20. Without hesitation, the value of your child's life is enough for you to walk that plank to go and save them. That's your Y power. And what you guys have to do is you guys have to determine, what is your Y power? What is it that's going to help you to succeed, to walk this plank in life to reach your goal? What is going to be enough? So, for example, if I'm a donut eating person and I love donuts, and every time I go to the office they always have donuts there, what's going to be my why to say, you know what, I don't need the donuts? Yeah, we like donuts and I like them and I want to eat it, but you know what, my why is big enough and it holds enough value that it's going to be easy to pass them by. And that's what you guys have to do, is you guys have to determine what is your why power. What is it that you can think about so when you are tempted or when you feel like you want to quit, you can say to yourself, this is enough for me. This is enough to help me to succeed. It's like the carrot dangling in front of the nose. We've all heard that example. We all know what it's like. We've seen jokes on Facebook, and that's what you guys have to do. You guys have to find what's important to you.
You guys have to understand that in the chapter, what Darren talks about is that we all talk about willpower. You have strong willpower. Your willpower will fail you. Your willpower isn't strong enough to push you through that. Your willpower isn't enough to make you jump into a burning building without second thought, without hesitation. Your why power is. Your why power is what's going to drive you to do anything necessary to get to that goal. And that's what we want you guys to tap into, is your why. Not your willpower. Willpower will fail you. But your why power won't. They give you an example of the plank on the ground, piece of cake, $20. 6 feet off the ground, piece of cake, another $20. 30 feet in the air, there's no reason for you to do that. Is it worth risking your life for $20? No. The why isn't there. But if you put your child or your parent or your husband or your boyfriend in a burning building across that plank at 30 feet in the air, are you even going to hesitate to walk across that plank, if not run across that plank? No. Your why power is going to kick in, and it's going to make you go across that plank at 30 feet in the air into a burning building. And that's what we need you to figure out, is your why power. Why? Tap into your why power. Your willpower isn't strong enough. You need to figure out your why. Okay, guys? And that's the difference. All right, Rhiannon.
Another thing that she talks about, or another thing that's talked about in the chapter, in chapter 3, is instant gratification. Instant gratification is one of those things that as humans, we thrive off of. It's a need for us. You know, we're hungry, we want something so we don't feel hungry anymore. If we're thirsty, we want something so we're not thirsty anymore. We all have this instant gratification needs in our life. The other thing they talk about in the chapter is, like, for example, if we eat a Big Mac because we're hungry and we have a tendency of eating Big Macs every day, well, over time, eventually what happens is we may not see any weight gain right away, but over a period of a year, a couple of months, or even a few years, it adds up. The compound effect ends up being either we have high cholesterol, we're overweight, we have high blood pressure, we don't feel so good anymore. The same thing with smoking. People who smoke, it becomes this habit that we've created, and we don't see anything wrong with it at the time until years later or months later. We don't feel good, we've aged significantly, maybe we're sick, there's problems that have been caused by it. These things are all habits that we've created for ourselves based on instant gratification. What you guys have to do is you guys want to create better habits for yourself. So that way you have that same compound effect like you would with a negative habit, only it's a positive habit. And that's what you're doing now. Like Veronica said, Victoria said she feels like she has more energy now. It's only been a couple of weeks. But you're going through that cycle where it takes baby steps. And the more that we go through these baby steps, you'll start to see that these positive habits will compound into something good and something better for you along the way. So try not to be discouraged. Joyce, I think it was you haven't read the chapter. Go back. And if you have to go back and reread it, then do so. There's a lot of positive. This book is very easy read. It's only 6 chapters long. So you have the PDF version and you have the audio version. So it's in the file section in our group page. So if you can, go back and retouch on those things, because they're things that help us in this positive, to create these positive habits for us. So Michael's going to go ahead and talk to you guys about chapter 4 now.
All right. So before I go on to chapter 4, it talks about recognizing 3 bad habits and 3 good habits. I would like to ask you guys each to give me one of your good habits and one of your bad habits. Not necessarily fix related, not exercise related, just in general, a good habit and a bad habit. So I'll start with Victoria.
At work, I can be really organized and efficient, and I get work done, and I clear my space before I leave. Everything's good. But then at home, I always have dirty dishes in the sink, and I procrastinate a lot on everything. So it's funny how I can in a different environment where it's not my space, I can be good, but when it's my own space, that's always been one of my worst habits. Just the laziness, I'll do it later part. And so
that's a good and a bad habit. One in the same,
yeah.
location. All right, nothing wrong with that. All right, Joyce, a good habit and a bad habit, just in general. It doesn't have to be exercise or fix related.
A good habit. I think I'd like to think that I'm fairly neat. I just like everything in a place, and I don't like mess, so I'm always cleaning all the time. And I think like Victoria, everything's just organized for me. Everything has its place for me. Bad habit, I love to drink. Definitely not a good habit. So yes, I will throw down a beer, shots, whatever kind of alcoholic drink. Yeah, I think that definitely has to be my worst habit that I have.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right, Jenny, your turn. Good habit, bad habit.
Okay, good habit that I just started developing is flossing every day, because my last dental appointment sucked, so I made it a goal to floss every day, and I've been pretty consistent, so that's a good habit. Bad habit would be eating in front of the TV, because I sometimes just kind of get into a zone and I don't even enjoy my food, and when I look down, my plate's empty. So I'm going to try to change that habit and not eat in front of the TV.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Rhiannon, I know I asked you last call. Different good, different bad this call. Good habit, bad habit.
It's not different. It's the same.
Are you telling me you only have one good habit and one bad habit?
I have lots of good habits. I only have one bad habit.
All right. We'll share with the group your one bad habit and a different good habit.
Ah, jeez. All right. Different bad habit is I like to snack. That's always been my whole thing with my weight. My whole entire life is snacking, and snacking could be, healthy food or unhealthy food. As long as it's in my mouth, I was happy. And I'm a late night snacker, so being on the fix really helped me to change that. I still get cravings, but it's not out of hunger. It's just out of my hands and mouth not being busy if I'm watching a movie late at night, because it was a bad habit I created for myself. As far as a positive habit, I still think this is my best. Overall, I can't even think of anything positive. I'm sure I have lots of, but I think I'm consistent. That's what I said the last call. I'm pretty good about being consistent. Probably in my bad habits and in my good habits, but I'm pretty consistent with keeping on. I'm not the most prompt person all the time, but at least I'm consistently late. Or if I'm consistent as far as my eating goes on times. Once I get on a schedule, I'm good with sticking with it. So.
All right. I won't throw you under the bus, but all right. For me, good habit, I brush my teeth at least 3 times a day, if not more, usually more. I usually eat and brush my teeth right away. It's a good habit. I am, like you, working on flossing. Every time I go to my dentist, they say, you need to floss more, you need to floss more. So I'm working on flossing. So bad habit.
Genie, he has no cavities. I don't think he's ever had a cavity, Genie. He's like the dentist's perfect guy here.
No, I have had cavities, and it was crushed when they told me, because I used to tell everyone, I'm like I'm 35 years old. I've never had a cavity, and then I got a cavity. It killed me, ruined my line. No more. Anyways, but yeah, I had like 2 cavities at one point. And that was it. That's everything. But I'm really like I brush my teeth a lot, and I think that's a good habit to me. Bad habit is I used to really eat late at night. You know, right before I go to sleep. I would even go to the gym at like 11 o'clock at night, and then come home, and then I would drive to Del Taco and eat right after the gym. Kind of kills everything, and then go to sleep. So eating late at night is kind of a bad habit for me. Another one would be drinking soda. I used to have a bad habit of drinking soda. That's all I drank. I never drank any water. And now, since I've been on my program since March 10th, I haven't had one soda since then. So bad habits that I have, and the other call, I said my bad habit was that I was late. I'm always late. I'm always the person running late. You know, I'm not very punctual. So those are mine. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you read chapter 4 of the Compound Effect, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. So Victoria, good job. Joyce, 0 for 2. Good job. All right, Joyce, you got a couple chapters to catch up on. Before we get into chapter 4, guys, chapter 5 and 6 is a responsibility this week, okay? So get a chance to get to that, all right? All right. So chapter 4, the Compound Effect, talks about momentum, a.k.a. Mo. If you guys are in the challenge groups, or if you're on the graduate page, or when you're in there, you still see people say, way to go, Mo, keep Mo moving, you know, push through that Mo. Mo stands for momentum. Mo is a very powerful thing. It can propel you into success. You can't see Mo when he's there or when he's coming. You can't predict it. But once he's there on your side and he's your buddy, you can definitely feel Mo there. All right? The book talks about, basically gives you examples about the space shuttle launch, and it talks about a merry-go-round. And basically what they're trying to tell you is the first steps are the most difficult, but once you've done that, it's easy to continue with minimal effort. So the progress is what they're talking about. If you remember a merry-go-round, when it's standing still and everyone gets on it, it's always very hard to get all the weight moving and spinning around real fast. You know, the person pushing it's having a hard time, their feet are slipping, and then all of a sudden it just starts building up slowly to a point where then all of a sudden they start running and pushing it real easy, and they hop on. Mo takes over right there, and it's spinning around with no one pushing it, right? That's Mo. That's what you're trying to achieve with your life. Your life changes, and everything you do in life, you know? At a point, it's going to slow down. Well, that person can jump off, and with a few quick steps, get that built up very, very easily back to where it was spinning around and jump back on and spin it again. He didn't have to go then put the same effort as it was when it was at a standstill, right? Does that make sense to you guys? So basically, kind of the same thing with the space shuttle. At the launch pad, it burns so much fuel trying to break the gravitational pull of the Earth, you know? But once it's already broken that, it's relatively effortless for it. It doesn't burn that much fuel to do the whole trip and then return back to Earth, right? So it's just that first initial step. Basically, objects at rest tend to stay at rest. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion until something stops that motion, that momentum. And so Mo is what's there. There are examples to help keep you going easily forward progress, all right? Not only can Mo help you positively, it can also help in a negative sense. So all these things that you do consistently to do better changes, like measuring your food and working out every day, that's going to help you develop momentum into carrying that lifestyle. But on the reverse side of it, let's say you take an alcoholic drink once a day. You drink it and you don't think nothing of it. The next day you drink another alcohol. Remember in chapters 1 and 2 of the Compound Effect, I think it was Brad, I think his name was Brad, I'm not sure, was the one that added 1 alcoholic drink per week, and he ended up gaining 33 pounds in 31 months. You don't see it right away, but that's building momentum. It becomes a habit, and then he's drinking. So that's a negative Mo. Negative Mo will push you just faster to a negative. So you want to make sure your momentum, your Mo, is pushing you in a positive direction. Okay, guys? All right. They also talked about in the book, they talk about some companies and their Mo. In the book, they talk about Apple. how Apple was in the MP3 market in 2001 and had like a negative 35% of the market. It was owned by other companies. But because they continually made efforts and they developed the iPod and developed it, in 2005 they were plus 68% of the MP3 market. And then that's when momentum kicked in. Currently, Apple owns over 70% of the MP3 market. And they use that momentum to carry them up through from a negative 35 to a plus 70%. Not only did they do that with their MP3, they used that momentum to carry into computer sales, MacBooks, MacBook Pros, tablets. They also use that momentum to introduce into the cell phone market, iPhones, right? Almost everyone has an iPhone or they have an Android, right? Well, they went from MP3 and they carried over into the cell phone. They used Big Mo to help their sales in that. All right, guys? Google was the other company, and YouTube they talked about. So those are in the book. I'm not going to go over it, but just read it. Some examples. Also, there are 4 factors that you need to get Big Mo on your side and your BFF helping you along your journeys in your life, in just everyday life, not strictly your health and fitness journey. It's habits, rhythm, consistency, and routines. All right. So basically, habits. Eleanor talked about that in chapter 3. Doing something 21 days consistently, small, effortless, meaningless, is something you do automatically. It becomes a habit, right? That's why we're having you in this program. Joyce, what's the name of this program?
21 Day Fix.
And why do you think they decided on 21 days?
Because it takes at least that amount of time.
Yeah, it takes 21 days to create a habit. You do something repetitively to create a habit. So they're saying that if you go through this program, you should develop healthier eating habits. You should develop a regular workout routine. It should be normal for you. So that's why they say 21 days, okay? Good answer, Joyce. Good job. I just called on you because I know you didn't read it, just to see if you get it. You did good. Good. Gold star. So 21 days to create a habit. Once you have that habit, you want to create a rhythm of doing it regularly. So your daily routine of doing it every day. Victoria going to work, doing her workout, and saving her Shakeology for after her workout. That's her rhythm. It's normal. She's comfortable in it. She's becoming more comfortable in that. And it's working for her. It's not taking a lot of guesswork. It's not taking a lot of effort. That's what she does. She goes to work. She comes home. She does her workout, and then she has her Shakeology. She enjoys her Shakeology. She's creating a rhythm, all right? So that rhythm, once you convert that rhythm, you want to incorporate it into your daily life as a routine. And so that's your routine. You have a routine. Jenny, do you have kids? No? Do you have a routine for when you are working in class, like before class? Do you have a general routine that you do?
I have a daily schedule that I follow with the kids. Like, they always know what's going on because, it's like they come in, they put their backpacks away, and they get to work. And then we check the work. Then we do homework check. I have a schedule.
Is that schedule second nature to you now? Do you have to
pretty much.
Do you have to look at a piece of paper and read it and say, okay, right now I need to tell the kids to put their backpacks away. Right now, next, I have to have them check homework. Is it pretty automatic for you?
Yeah, it's automatic.
So that's your routine, your morning routine with your kids. So you don't think about it. You guys have routines in your life. You don't go and wake up in the morning and tell yourself when you get dressed, okay, put left sock on, put right sock on. Okay, stand up, put left leg, put right leg on. Stand up, zip up, button pants. You guys don't do that. You have a routine that you just go through when you get dressed, right? Some of us put our socks on before we put our pants on or our slacks on. Some of us put our pants on and then put our socks on. We all have a normal routine that we follow, and it's just second nature. We don't think about it. When you brush your teeth, we just twist off the cap, we squeeze toothpaste on there, and we brush our teeth. We don't say, grab toothbrush, pick up toothpaste, remove cap, squeeze toothpaste onto toothbrush. We don't do all that. It's just normal. It's a routine, right, without thinking. So that's what they want you to do. Once you have those 3, If you do that routine repetitively and you do it over a duration, a long period duration, it becomes consistent, and that is a consistency. What that does at that point brings Big Mo to your side. Big Mo becomes your friend. He is there because you've developed that program, that consistency. Everything is going to be easier for you. You know, he's there helping you do it. You don't have to think about it. It's like second nature. It's just part of your everyday life. And Big Mo's there helping you succeed that. Okay, guys? All right, so that's chapter 4. Any questions from any of you just about anything in general? I know we had a couple earlier. Any questions? No?
No.
All right. Let you guys know you guys are responsible for chapters 5 and 6 this coming week. Good job to all of you, especially you, Jenny, for coming late. Awesome. You're doing awesome. You're posting. Everyone's seeing you. You're catching up. You're engaged. Appreciate it. Joyce, good job on you still doing your morning picks and your posts and everything. We see you. All 3 of you post a lot, and that's what we want to keep you guys doing, okay? Stay engaged with your group. Last 7 days, finish strong. You guys finished together. I'm proud of you guys. Your coaches are all proud of you guys. If there is something you guys need help with, if you have questions, you don't feel comfortable asking on the call, message your coach. You guys all have our Facebook accounts. You can message them. Even some of us, if you click the coach pictures and the pages, I think it has our phone numbers in there that you can even text us. You know, don't be embarrassed. Don't be afraid to ask. Just post it up there and ask. Reach out to us personally and ask us the questions, and we'll help you. Any of your coaches. If your coach isn't available, ask any of the coaches. We're all here to help you. We all want you to succeed. We are all very, very proud of you, and we can't wait for the results at the end of this last week to see how everyone's done, okay? Guys, if you have not sent Mia your measurements and your weights, please make sure you take those tonight or tomorrow and send them to her, okay? She's keeping track to figure out to see where everyone's at and track your guys' progress for us, okay? All right. If you are on a computer, Rhiannon activated the Google effects, so why don't you go ahead and get your eye patch, your crown, your mustache, your cake, and whatever things you want to put on if you're on a computer. On the sidebar right there, there's a little yellow magical wand thing. You click that, and it will open up your options on the right, and you can just scroll through your options. So go ahead, and Rhiannon obviously has a tiara because she has no bad habits. So go ahead and do that. Accountability roles are going to be changed and posted tonight or tomorrow morning, so make sure you guys check your accountability roles tonight or tomorrow and know your roles, your new roles for the week, okay? I don't know what else to say. Rhiannon, you have anything else to say?
No, just try to not get discouraged, ladies. You know, it's especially being women. Michael can't really understand this, but our bodies go through moments because of our hormones and because of our cycles and nursing and all the daily things that just normally women do. And sometimes it works against us. So don't be discouraged. Keep going at it head first. Victoria, you know, sometimes we create these habits for ourselves, and like me, I don't want to say I don't snack, but I still have this wanting to do it, but it's not a craving. It's not like I want food, and so just try to stay positive and work past that. Find something else that keeps you busy if you feel like you're hungry when you're not at work, you know. Joyce, for you, I really do. I don't know if you're a member of the La Leche League, but they do have, I believe, a forum, and a lot of times those issues are due to lack of fiber and water. And just in general speaking, we're in, you know, it's summertime. California, Arizona, it's a lot hotter. I don't think you guys realize how much water your body is absorbing, especially because you're regularly exercising. So when you add the heat factor, the exercise, nursing, any other activities, that can really screw up our stomachs and our bowel movements. So I know it's a lot of water, hon, but just keep trying to push through it the best that you can, okay? Try not to get too discouraged. If you feel like you have issues, my doctor had put me on Colace, and that's something you just take daily. It's a stool softener. I don't know if you know about that. If it comes to be a bigger problem, see your doctor, okay? Don't go through that discomfort. It's just not worth it. But like you said, keep eating. You know, the food is right. The food is right for you. And just keep headstrong. You guys will do great. And we're here for you, like Michael said. Try not to get discouraged, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take pictures, guys, of each and every one of you. Jeannie, I'm going to start with you first, okay? So if you don't have any props, give me your best. All right, Victoria, on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right, Joyce, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Are we done?
We're not. We're waiting for your picture.
Oh, go ahead.
I can't see you.
Oh.
All right, 1, 2, and 3.
All right, we done?
All right, guys, I can't click on Jeannie. I don't know if she's there or not.
I guess she dropped. So.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Last week, congratulations. You finished strong. You got this.
All right, good night, you guys. Bye.
What you gonna do?